response has been pretty strong now. Germany, for instance, saying it's very pleased that this has been avoided. And really now what this has shaped up to be is a sort of major issue between China and the United States, rather than involving the European Union. And we've seen EU Trade Commissioner Cecilia Malmström spend a lot of time in the United States and meeting with her counterparts here in Brussels from the US to try and avoid these tariffs. Now, it was an interesting thing yesterday. We've got a two-day summit of EU leaders here in Brussels today, and this this tariff issue, was meant to be on the agenda early on in the day, but it was delayed, with everybody expecting that Donald Trump was trying to heighten the suspense, the US president. So it only really got discussed very late on in the day, but the European Union is very pleased that it is exempt from these steel and aluminium tariffs that would be 25% on steel imports to the US and 10% on aluminium.
Is the EU promising anything in return to make up for the trade deficit? Because official American figures from 2016, they show exports totaling $501 billion from the US to the EU, imports totaling $592 billion. So that's a deficit of $91 billion. Trump doesn't like those deficits. He says they're unfair.
No, but the European Union is the biggest trading partner with the United States, and Donald Trump is unhappy with a lot of things that regard his the US import-export trade deficits around the world. What the European Union is saying is that the US and the EU are traditional trading partners, and to slap tariffs of this sense on is just not going to enhance the strong relationship. Now, the relationship with China now, it really does, as I say, look like it's going to be a focus between China and the United States, with China saying not being exempt from these tariffs and saying that it's going to retaliate with its own measures. So that's where the focus will be, and stock markets have tumbled on this news, really, because obviously a trade war between China and the US is pretty significant. I think it's also important to contextualize this, however, that the European Union has been consistently and regularly over the last few years putting tariffs on certain aspects of Chinese steel, so certain particular cylinders or flat-rolled different aspects of Chinese steel products, which basically they've done that because they think that the Chinese government has been state funding certain companies that produce those products. So this steel issue, while it sort of looks like America at the moment is the bad guy throwing its weight around because it wants to sort out its trade imbalance, all of these big trading blocs, especially on steel dumping, have been doing that for a long time now.